And we are now back with the second Women's Superliga game of the night between the Northern Hawks and the Western Devils. So starting for the Hawks, we've got Carla Edwards in goal. Carla Edwards in goal. Sophie Podmore. Sophie Podmore holding the back with Emmy Ulas, Jade Paul on the flanks, and it looks like Kayla McCulloch will be starting the game at target. For the Western Devils, we've got Laura Waltman wearing the number 9 and Di Piatto on the right-hand side, as we've got Paul here on the ball. Kayla McCulloch plays it back to Podmore. Podmore with the check. Paul's got it. And we almost had a quick goal like we did last week in the Northern Hawks game, as they scored early against the West Coast Cobras. In a game I was actually coaching. Lindsay Dowell just goes wide there. As you may have heard Goodlich mention just earlier, we have got a huge signing here from Fitzroy Futsal Club all the way in Melbourne, Victoria. Georgia Cowley, one of Goodlich's favourite players to watch, I've heard. One of my favourite players to watch is Jade Paul, who's on the ball now with a beautiful check run, gives it away. Maybe she remembers that she's not at Nationals anymore, giving the ball to Waltman. And Paul redeems herself with a good block there. Nell Clayton is going to take this side ball. She's got Priado down the line. Who's got it there to Waltman. What a ball that is. And Paul was confident that was going wide. Nell Clayton straight in the face of Paul McCulloch. Some good feet. Jade Paul wide. Emmy Ulas. Dangerous ball. McCulloch. That would have been a dangerous ball if it got through to Paul, who we call the vulture in front of goal, as she never misses and she's dangerous. Clayton wants the handball. Nothing doing there for referee Malako. Prialto stands it up. Lindsay Dowell. What a save that is by Edwards on the right foot. She had no right to save that. Clayton. She would have expected herself to do better there. Podmore to Paul. Paul with some nice feet. And she's won a team aside ball. Good idea there from Paul. The double team on Waltman. McCulloch and Paul win it out. The ball was still in. Claver says no way to the cries of out. McCulloch wide to Paul. McCulloch passes to nobody. So with the people watching, if we could have a quick question asked to myself and Goodlich. We want to know a topic you want us to talk about in Goodlich and Ross futsal show at the halftime break. Ask anything. Anything related to futsal, that is. We don't want any dirty comments. Podmore goes wide to Ulas. Does the 1-2. Ulas tries to cut in. Dowell says no. Podmore's going to take it, as Greg Farrell runs his first sub of the game. Number 56, Danielle Suckling comes on. That was a nice ball down the line to Priado. from Priado, I should say. Podmore tries to skip past her. Priado wins out. But in the end, as always, futsal wins as it's a side ball.
And a KGFS so far, neither side has had any big chances yet. As we see Podmore back to McCulloch. And down the line, Suckling plays it off Waltman and we'll get it back from the side. Suckling, McCulloch. Out wide to Paul and back to Suckling. Down the line, Podmore. Jade Paul. Podmore first time out to McCulloch, who's looking for the back stick, but opts to use Podmore at Fixo instead. Podmore looks to take on McDowell. And the 1-2, but cleaned up by Priado. Is it a handball? Referee says no. Paul, McCulloch. McCulloch goes for the shot and is saved by Musial. And it's the first sub of the evening for the Devils. McDowell coming off, and it looks like it's Lai coming on as that one hits the side netting there. Both teams featuring a lot of state players who were on show at the recent AFA Nationals. These two at the back here for the Devils, Clayton and Priado, along with Laura Waltman, Jade Paul, Kayla McCulloch, and also Lauren Baker, who's not here today, but a usual in this Western Devils side, and it's the top of the table clash, nothing short of it. The creme de la creme of the Women's Supa-Liga. Waltman looks to add a burst of pace, and now she's got it again. Clayton. Reverse ball finds Priado. Priado down the line to Clayton. And Priado shoots into McCulloch. Waltman will clean up. Bucks is on now. And down the line, Clayton. And Paul shooting that one through to Edwards. And now Bucks is one-on-one with Musial, who fields and releases Priado. Back rolls it to Waltman. And the ball looking for late.
I think it's quite clear to see so far in this game that the intensity is just a little bit better, with the quality possibly too. Nothing against the two teams that we've just watched, but Andino's play an interesting style of futsal where it's not very structured. These two teams are possibly the highest quality women's teams in Western Australia. I'd say, as the Andinos are now starting to roll their subs. We've got number 5 there, Annabelle Leake. She's just come on. A nice little volley to start her off. Wide ball here. McCulloch's got the ball. She plays it. Probably not what she was intending, but it's worked out nonetheless. Good idea there. Buxy was looking for that at target. It's going to be a Western Devils ball. Clayton's going to take it. That was a good ball. Just couldn't quite get it under control there, Kudlai. She's definitely a bit of a surprise package. A good player. Buxy loses it by Clayton. With the right, and Kyla Edwards, that's a very good save. She started extremely well. I think her mum will be happy with how she's performing so far, as that ball was off the line there. As here we have Georgia Cowley, the Fitzroy superstar, stepping on the court for the first time. Good win there by Waltman. Leaks battling hard. Waltman is coming through. Fitzroy wins it. She plays the 1-2 with Buxy. She goes wide. Looking up. And that was a good idea to give it into the target there.
Yeah, good ball to the back post by Cowley. And Greg Farrell putting his money where his mouth is. Georgia Cowley coming all the way from Victoria, flying in earlier this morning. And one of two players in the state that are on a national roster, Tyler Garner being the other one. They get flown back and forth multiple times a year to play in both the SFV and the Supa-Liga, as looks like it's a timeout. That one called by Greg Farrell.
And while we've got this opportunity for anyone watching, if you could leave a comment for Goodlich and I, new segment that we're trying at halftime, Futsal Talk with Goodlich and Ross. Any comments would be good. You know, anything related to futsal, anything you'd like to know. I've got a man who has his finger in many pies in the futsal world, John Goodlich, next to me. A fountain of wisdom, I'd call him. Any words here from Leyland?
It's a good game so far.
Very wise words there from Coach Annie Leyland.
We've had a look at the stats from the first segment of play. And Northern Hawks, as usual, have quite a high pass count, 60 passes compared to the Western Devils' only 17. And they also have a much higher pass completion rate of 70% to the Devils' 41. So the Northern Hawks making the ball work for themselves.
I honestly couldn't have said anything better myself there, Annie. Great insight there from the Queen of Futsal WA. After Frankie Murray, of course. So we've got a Northern Hawks side ball here as Farrell started to roll his subs. Cowley with the long bomb. It was a good save there by the number one, Musial. Podmore was there ready to pounce, but Musial said no. She's going to roll down the line. And Cowley blazes over there. That's not what Farrell will want from his star import. Clayton has it at the back. Gives it to Lay. Gives it wide to B1. Leak. That's a nice ball. Podmore. She battling hard. It's fallen to Lee. Nice feet there from B1. What a ball that is. Lee tries to go around. Carla Edwards again does well. Sorry for some technical difficulties there. We were not, in fact, having a timeout. We were playing. Podmore has it at the back. That's a beautiful, it was a beautiful idea there from Yilas. Laya's got it. Clayton's been sent a bit wide. Podmore's defending well in the corner. Well defended there by Sophie Podmore. She's telling Yilas to get in shape. I think Leek wants the shot on the right. What's Clayton going to do? Goes through the middle. The volley from Annabelle Leek just wide. Clayton loves it. The bench loves it. Everyone's up and about. This is futsal. Sophie Podmore has it. Gives it wide to Fitzroy's own Georgia Cowley. Sophie Podmore. Yilas. Back to Cowley. Good ball there to Yilas in the corner. And what a finish that is by the number 38 from the Northern Hawks, Claudia Holt, the youngest player on the court for Mind. And that was a beautiful finish. We'll see if we caught it on the instant replay. And we did. And that is very, very cultured there from the young player, Claudia Holt. She'll be happy with that one. But Farrell wants to keep her humble and subs her straight off. Very wise from the wise man himself, Farrell. As Hawks look to go for a juggernaut, Clayton says no. She wins out. Gives it to Clayton. B1 pulled out of the header as Podmore brings it forward. That's a nice ball to Yilas, who's just got a beautiful assist to Podmore. Cowley gives it to Podmore. She's looking up. Gives it to Yilas. She switches the ball to Georgia Cowley. Looks up, down the line. as Jasmine Batson's just come on for her first minute. On the court, Clayton. And that's a good win by Georgia Cowley, battling hard, and that's probably the way to stop Penelope Clayton if you get physical and get tight. If you don't, she will dribble past you and she more than likely will score. If she's got a lethal right foot. Yulas has got time. B1, that's a beautiful defensive work. Podmore, wide to Paul, the people's champion. Gives it wide to Yulas. Yulas looks up. Podmore on the right. What a touch. And Batson falls to Paul. A leak off the line. That's beautifully defended. Paul goes for the back heel. And Muziel, in the end, wins that. That's a beautiful ball. Leaks win it out. And another good save by Edwards. Her mum's going to be ecstatic. Emma Faulkner. Yes, Hawks. She loves it. One of Hawks' prodigal sons. She's not with us today, but watching from afar clearly, and she likes what she sees. And I agree, yes, Hawks is a good shout, Emma. Batson on the head. She flicks the hair back. Needs to follow her woman. As Paul just clears things up. Podmore, as cool as ever. Tried to go for a diag. Batson wants a sub. McCulloch steps back on. Podmore gives it, tries to give it to Paul. Paul not happy with that. Small shake of the head. McCulloch wants the count to start. The count has not started yet. Claver gives the thumbs up. Probably sarcasm from the wise old man Claver. Carla Edwards, cultured with her clearance there. Lindsay Dowell gives it wide to Priado, who gives it wider to Waltman. Priado loses the ball. She's not happy with that pass. And we could have a fast counter-attack here with a 3-on-2. Oh, Emma Yulas. That was a good ball. Farrell's happy with the defense. He's not worried about going forward, because if you don't concede, you can't lose. Podmore runs out of real estate. Priado looks up. She wants Dowling to check in. Michael Middleton, that's a great question, and we will be answering that one at the break for the second installment of Goodlich and Ross's Futsal Show. Waltman puts her foot on it, rolls back. B1. She was looking for Waltman's run in the middle. The check came just slightly too late. Podmore's got it now. She has it back here. She's really been dictating the play of this game. She reminds me of myself. Paul. What a beautiful back heel. Podmore still battling. That would have been some goal by Sophie Podmore. She's going to take the side ball here. Sorry, the corner ball. Podmore looks up and goes for a snap toe poke there. And we've got a timeout here. And Midzi, we will answer your question now. Why did we start playing futsal? So, a fun one from me. I started playing because I actually bumped into a certain John Goodlich at school who forced me to come down. And honestly, I've never left since. And John, how did you get into futsal?
Through a very well-known character named Merton Ekic. He rocked up at my outdoor training and encouraged us to get down on a Saturday. And I've never looked back since. That was going on 8 years ago now, so it has been quite some time. The man next to me, Luke Ross, getting involved a couple of years later, 2018, I believe.
Leyland, how did you get involved in futsal?
I started playing in Brisbane, actually, for one of the local clubs, and then have travelled over here for the passion of futsal.
And that's a true Rexa Richards story there from Leyland. Midzi, that was a beautiful question. If you could ask us one more for the half-time break, and then after that, ask us one more for a timeout in the second half, I really do appreciate it. As plays restarted here with a snapshot there from the number 56, Danielle Suckling. McCulloch, she's got it on the right at the back. Podmore was looking for the back post to Yillas. Lindsay Dowling. She won that well. It fell to Suckling, and she just shot wide, unfortunately, for her girls. As here we go, Clayton showing a bit of speed. And this is what I was talking about. You've got to get tight to her, as she will run this court. And what a save that is by Carla Edwards. She made a mistake, and she recovered expertly. A woman of the match performance early on from Edwards. She's happy with herself, and why not? Some cat-like reflexes reminded me of a certain Tom Robles. We're now in stop clock territory. Waltman, she's given it away. That's uncharacteristic-like. As Yillas give a ball, and Suckling didn't give that one up. Maziel rolls it out there to Laura Waltman. Priado, what a ball that is to Laura Waltman. She was looking for a back post runner that wasn't there. That's not Suckling, that's Lindsay Dowell. That's Suckling on the ball now. What can she do? McCulloch wants to calm the game down, and why not? You're up 1-0 in the stop clock territory, but the rest of our Hawks teammates want to get on with it. They want to go for a juggernaut and double this lead before half-time. Podmore. What a switch that is. Podmore can make a check through the middle. She has. Oh! And that was a great idea there from Sophie Podmore. Emmy Yillas defended that very well. As the L goes long. McCulloch battling with Waltman. Claver says, that's your side ball. Waltman. Priado. No, it's not Priado. That's Clayton. She has time. Suckling defends and blocks expertly. Clayton's going to take this. What a ball. That is Priado, and what a goal from Andy Priado. Nell Clayton's happy with herself. Waltman loves it too. That was a very, very good finish. In fairness to Carla Edwards, I don't think there was much she could have done about that. Maybe demanded her deal a little bit better, but that was just a very good goal. And like we said in the previous game, we love a bit of long ball futsal. Maybe they've been watching Connor O'Driscoll play. Emmy Yillas. She goes for a switch. Hawks. Maybe when the Devils are pressing, the Hawks can just pass around them every now and then, especially with the quality players like Yillas, Podmore, and McCulloch, all very calm on the ball. Another good question, Midzi. We will be answering that one at the halftime break. Suckling. She goes for the left-footed shot. Maziella, she does well to hold on to it and throws well to Waltman. Clayton, and that's how to defend Nell Clayton. McCulloch and Podmore battling with Waltman, and they win out Priado. So I think Priado is definitely the player to watch for the Western Devils, along with Waltman. They both dictate and play the game very well. And on the Northern Hawks side, we've got players such as Podmore and McCulloch who've been playing this game for a while. They know how to play it. And the fan favourite Jade Paul on the bench, she'll look to come and make an impact in the second half. And we've now gone to a halftime break, and we've got the second edition of Futsal Talk with Ross and Goodlich. Michael Middleton has asked a good question. What are your future goals in futsal, John Goodlich?
That's a tough one. I think just to see the sport grow in Perth and to have the league get better and better, and hopefully one day to see somebody from WA playing in the Futsaroos. I think that's my goal. Personally, just to have the teams I coach be as successful as they can be and win as many trophies as I can do. What about you, Luke?
That is a good question, John. Sorry, not John. Midzi, that's a good question. For my mind, I just love traveling and experiencing different styles of futsal. Of course, everyone's goal is to make you professional in this game, but I think we have to be realistic. You know, I'd love to just go and experience many competitions. I've played in the FFA Nationals this year that was held in Melbourne, and that was one of my greatest experiences yet. So I think next year would be to go on an international tour, hopefully with my boys, the West Coast Cobras. That's an ultimate goal, and I'd love to win a national competition as well. So yeah, not much to ask for. And we've got Leyland here as well. What's Leyland? What is your future goals for futsal, if you've got any? Goodlich said that he would like to just the sport grow. Are you the same?
Yes, I am. But for the West Coast Cobras, I'd like us to see us have a very successful summer and winter season and get some more opportunities internationally if we can. That's something you want to do, Luke Ross, right?
Very well. Leyland didn't actually hear the answer, and that was precisely what I said. Obviously, just beautiful club people that we are. We just want the best for our great club. And just so everyone knows, all three of us are on a life contract at the West Coast Cobras, so no money's going to pry us away. But if you do offer me $400 a week, I will be tempted. As players restarted here with McCulloch. She gives it back to Suckling. Yelas has got it here. She looks to switch to Paul, and what a turn that is by... What a turn that is by Jay Paul.
Yeah, Paul there looking threatening, and now McCulloch. That shot over the bar by Kayla. Musial going long, looking for Annabelle Leake, who flicks it on, but fielded by Edwards, who throws it. Leake has it out this time. McCulloch to Paul. Back to McCulloch. Down the line. And Suckling, the little back roll to McCulloch, who turns back and plays Suckling again. Ilias, McCulloch. Pull down the byline, and a good turn again, causing problems for Clayton, but she gets the foot in and out for a sideline ball. And squares it. Musial not troubled. Looking for Waltman up top at target. Waltman loses out in the end, but squeezes it out to Clayton. And Leake. The ball going the way of the Hawks. Devils switched off for a second. Hawks slow it down with McCulloch. Ilias. Back to McCulloch. And loses out, plays it into Waltman. Ilias under pressure, does well. McCulloch and the through ball intercepted by Leake. And Clayton looking to play Waltman. Leake to Clayton. And fires on the turn. That one never looking a chance. And now McCulloch. Paul brings it up to halfway. McCulloch down the line to Ilias, who beats Slay, squares it, and Paul. But it's a good save. Musial was alert. And Suckling rushed it out of bounds rather easily. Musial to Clayton. And Clayton takes on Ilias out the back and down the line to B1. but one doesn't quite have the speed to get there. Edwards, good throw. Elias lifts it off. And Paul's got McCulloch at the back post. Clayton's gone through her from behind and picks up a yellow.
I don't think Paul's going to be happy with that challenge, as it was fairly reckless there from Clayton. But she gets up, gets on with it. They were teammates less than 2 weeks ago. I'm sure there's no bad blood between the two superstars of this league. Suckling goes on the left foot bomb. Lee cuts it out, but gives it away. Dangerous through the middle. Suckling, unfortunately, leant back, not over the ball that time. Clayton's got it here. Turns well. Clayton, and then she hits the side post. We've got a corner kick here. I think Paul's going to take it. Let's see what they've been working on at training. Goes through the middle, and Cowley unfortunately blasts it down the middle exactly where B1 was. Suckling, she puts her shot wide this time. Raziel goes long. Cowley wins the header. Paul's battling hard. Clayton, that's not Clayton. That's Priado. McCulloch, Suckling. Wide to Paul. It's a good ball by McCulloch. And Cowley, that was another good ball. Paul just wasn't quite ready for that to run through the middle. Priado goes long. Leak. That was a good first time ball. I just don't think Dowling was on the same wavelength. Suckling. Looks up. Good ball. Holt. She's already got one today. Could she add another? That's a keeper's ball. Maziella goes long. Suckling wins a header. Gives it away to Leak. She goes for the long bomb. Carla all day gets that one. Suckling. It's a hard battle here between Suckling and Priado. The bench is getting loud. I think the intensity is about to step up. B1 falls over. Podmore's going to bring this one forward. She gives it away. B1. Oh, she should have gone forward there. Instead, she goes back to Leak. Leak looks up, but what a ball that is. Priado. Down the middle to Dowling. She just needs to find B1. What a save that is by Carla Edwards. That's a corner ball. I think the Hawks are starting to lose a little bit of momentum as it's side ball after side ball and chance after chance for the Western Devils. I think from here, this game really could go either way. I think Hawks just need to settle the ball and not rush it. That's what Podmore's good at, as she's doing here. And Suckling has not taken my advice, and she looks to go through the middle to Cowley. Cowley's pressing Priado. Honestly, I can see the intensity stepped up just slightly, and I think we're going to see some more interesting tackles as Podmore passes to the bench. It's going to be a side ball. Waltman is going to take it. I think she's going to play it back to Dowling. She is. She looks up. Goes long. Podmore cuts that out. Priado. Waltman, that's a beautiful turn. Laura Waltman on the left foot. And that's a good save there by Carla Redwood. She shut the angle down exceptionally well, and a shout out there to Claudia Holt, who did just as well to shift Waltman wide. Podmore. Podmore's got it here. And that's another poor ball by Podmore. I think she needs a sub. Will Farrell realize it? Hopefully before anything unfortunate happens. Cowley. Priado's not happy. That's a beautiful ball there by Suckling. Forced to halt. She goes just wide. Priado wants the angle shut down quicker. Maziel goes long. Podmore cuts it out. I definitely think she needs a sub. Waltman will want this on her left. A double team. Has done well with Buxy and Cowley. Cowley's pressing hard, and again, I've said it time and time again, I think the way to defend Clayton is to get tight and don't let her get space, because when you give it to her, she's very, very dangerous. George Cowley is pressing hard, and Nell Clayton's going hard. Claudia Holt's been hit. McCulloch has got it. Cowley's got it. She looks up. Plays a beautiful ball to Culloch. That's a good first touch. Some nice feet. And Nell Clayton, she's definitely up for this game.
Indeed she is. And it's a double side ball. In the final third of the court, Clayton to Priado. In the middle to Leak. Leak lays it off to Clayton. And that one just missing the bottom corner. 1-1, 9 minutes to go. It's living up to all it's expected to be. As McCulloch to Corley. Podmore played very well so far, and so is this one, McCulloch. Podmore to Buxy. Cowley. Down the line, Podmore being pressed. And back out to Corley, who hurries a pass off to McCulloch. Down the line to Buxy. Podmore. A good hit by Podmore. Spilled by Musial. Collects on the second attempt. Priado under high pressure. And so is Clayton. Coral Buxy does well. Podmore does even better. McCulloch had to make a decision quicker than that. And gives it away in the end. And Coral Buxy got injured in the process of winning that ball from Clayton. Has a sub, and now it's Danielle Suckling returning to the court. And Clayton goes long. Prado looking to flick it on again. This time it just flashes past Edwards' goal. Suckling. She's looked good today. McCulloch. Stella as usual. And back out to Suckling. Podmore wants it down the line and gets it, but it rolls through to Musial, who collects. Goes long. Priado. One in front by McCulloch. And over the top by McCulloch. Musial claims. Clayton, you can see she wants to go for a run. Beats Podmore down the line. Waltman's at the back post. It's a great save by Edwards. Palming it out of the way of Waltman as well. And both sides having plenty of chances. You can see another goal coming very soon. Clayton on the left. High and not so handsome. As Corley comes to the bench. Jade Paul back on. She's played an important role for the Hawks tonight. drawn a couple of fouls in good areas of the court. Suckling, McCulloch. And down the line to Paul, who goes for that same turn once again.
I think we've clearly established that that turn is called the El Porterno, as it is her trademark. That's definitely a Northern Hawks ball. Yeah, good call there by Claver. Portmore's going to take it. So I think from here the game could go either way, John. I want a one-word prediction. Who's going to win it?
Hawks are going to get a late winner.
That wasn't one word, but we'll take it. Northern Hawks to win. I'm going to go with the Northern Hawks win. Maziella rolls out. Clayton are going to want to take Podmore for a run. Maybe she should have, as she kicks it into touch. So 5 minutes 55 remaining. We have to see a timeout in this half from either side. I really do think this could go either way, with a draw probably seeming the most likely, as it's been a cagey affair with not many clear-cut chances, and both keepers are very, very good. Podmore. Waltman not happy with that. Podmore's going to take it. Farrell calls time. Podmore goes long for the shot, and probably a quarter of a metre to the left, and that's nestling in the top corner, as Farrell's just called Podmore off for a sub. That will be her first break of the half, if I'm not mistaken. Maziella goes long. Podmore, that's a great touch. She brings it down, and she runs off. Yelas is coming back on. Another one of my favourite players. Dowling gives it to Clayson. She's got it at the back. That's a beautiful ball. Waltman tries to turn Yelas. Paul, will she try the turn again? She doesn't this time. That's a good win by Kayla McCulloch, as Paul lets that one go under her foot. But we won't hold that against her. She's had a good game. Clayton chips long. Yelas wins it. Good touch. She runs out of real estate this time. Claver kicks it back. Kind of. So I think Clayton wants to line up a shot here. The Hawks have got to rush out to her. She's definitely going to shoot first time. There we go. McCulloch all over it, and that could...
Clayton's on a yellow. She's lucky to not go on the book again there.
Claver telling Farrell to settle down. It's all kicking off here. That is Clayton's second heavy challenge of the half. I mean, she's definitely going hard. McCulloch's subbing off here. Podmore's coming back on, so she had 30 seconds. Down the line. Claudia Suckling, I think. No, that's definitely not Claudia Suckling. That's Danielle Suckling. My mistake. No, Laura Waltman nips that off Paul's foot. Clayton's got it at the back. Gives it wide to Waltman. She looks up, assessing her options. 2 minutes 50 left. Dowling and Paul battling hard. Paul wins out this time. And I'm still surprised we've had no timeout from Coach Farrell in this half. Podmore's got it. Yelas down the line. That's a great ball. Suckling's touch just let her down. But that was a beautiful ball by Yelas. Someone needs to follow, as B1 there was alone for a second. Edwards' ball. She's had a great game. Podmore. Suckling, she tried the first time ball. It was a good idea, but she's given it away in a dangerous position to Nell Clayton, who hits the post. She's praying to God. God's not going to help you now. Podmore. Cowley, Podmore, Yelas. Podmore tries to go long. Clayton touch lets her down there. But I'd say if there's going to be a match winner, I'm going to say it's going to come from Nell Clayton. She's on the ball here. Well won there by Edwards. Clayton gets the ball, turns. Cowley wins out. Good win. 1 minute 28. Clayton down the line. Good block there by McCulloch. A good shot there from Leake. B1's coming over. She want the shot. I can see her back post. Flick over the top coming here from Clayton. What will she do? She does exactly what I thought. Dowling can't just quite muster something out of that. Podmore switches the play. 1 minute 20 remaining. This is stop clock territory. Yelas goes long to nobody in particular. Mozziella goes long as well. Dowling using her experience. No Clayton. Collick wins that one cleanly. 1 minute 5 remaining. Nell Clayton to Leake. Leake looks up. Nice ball to B1. Georgia Cowley wins out. The Fitzroy superstar. And that will be another opportunity for the Western Devils to muster something. They're going to want to go through their star player, Nell Clayton. I'm surprising Waltman's not on the court at the moment, as she's another match winner. And that's been won. And here we go. Northern Hawks' chance to win it. And Podmore kicks it into the ground. It was a beautiful breakaway. Mozziella comes off. Sorry, Mozziella goes long. Dowling comes off. Priado. 40 seconds left. I think I could see a check in the middle coming. She doesn't do it. Priado's got it. Cowley defending well again. She's put in a great defensive performance. I think there is going to be one more chance in this game. There always is one more chance in futsal. Clayton's got it. She looks up, gives it away to Yelas. Falls to B1, 30 seconds remaining. She gives it wide. Priado, good block there by Sophie Podmore. B1. She does something. Edwards has got it. 20 seconds remaining. What will Edwards do here? She goes wide to Podmore. 19 seconds. Yelas. Beautiful little touch. Kayla takes it off her feet. Podmore. She's driving forward. McCulloch, oh, that was the opportunity. That was well mustered there by Sophie Podmore. McCulloch was probably just half a step off. Priado, she's going to go long. And with 6 seconds remaining, I can see a shot coming. Priado went a bit deep there. That's not Priado, that's Clayton. That's her final chance, and that is full time here at the Perth Modern Futsal Arena. We'll quickly run through the goal scorers with the goal from Emmy Yelas. No, that wasn't from Emmy Yelas, it was from Claudia Holt. Who could forget that beautiful chip? And Priado got the goal for the Western Devils. It was a evenly matched contest. I think both sides performed very well at a high level. I did enjoy that game. I think we'll quickly run through the stats with Northern Hawks dominating the passing with 247 completed passes and Western Devils only on 146. I think we'll have a quick look here at the possession. 58% possession to the Northern Hawks. And the Western Devils with 41%. But an even match overall. Maybe not the stats. Probably Hawks did just outdo the Devils. But nevertheless, a very good game. And we'll see you tomorrow for the first game of the Men's Superliga.